The coast, from the beaches to the valleys. At 11, this is KEYT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward. We begin tonight with new guidelines issued by the Vatican to Catholics all over the world. They deal with cremation and what they can and cannot do with their ashes and the ashes of their loved ones. News Channel 3's Tracy Lair joins us live from the Santa Barbara Mission tonight with local reaction. Tracy.
CJ, Catholic ashes should be scattered or kept in sacred places. That is the message from the Vatican tonight. Catholics thinking of having their ashes scattered in the Old Mission Rose Garden or elsewhere in nature or kept in an urn at home or a piece of jewelry may want to think again. The Vatican Doctrinal Office issued new guidelines.
It is not permitted to scatter the ashes in the air, on land, at sea, or in some other way. The preservation of the ashes in mementos is not allowed.
The pastor at Old Mission Santa Barbara says the rules are fundamental theology.
That's our fundamental faith, is belief in the resurrection from the dead. So in the early days in the catacombs were not a place of the dead, they were a place of the living. People were waiting to rise from the dead. So it's appropriate that Christians who die be buried in sacred places as they await the resurrection. Until
1963, the church outlawed cremation. It still prefers burial. But cremations have been on the rise ever since, especially in California, where not everyone likes to be told what to do. What are your thoughts on these new guidelines coming from the church?
They're pretty strong, and therefore a lot of people have their own beliefs and religion, but as where they want to lay their ashes, for example, the Rose Garden, to me, the whole Santa Barbara is sacred and it's very religious. But if it's in question, I think it's because it's native.
The Vatican announcement falls before All Souls Day, November 2nd, commemorating the faithful departed. And the new guidelines are intended to bolster the faith. In the Rose Garden at the Old Mission Santa Barbara, Tracy Lair, News Channel 3.